Hey everybody, Stu Smith here, going live. Hope you guys are well today. Today is Tuesday, and we are doing our CSS critique show, as well as taking some live questions. But as you guys congregate, let's finish what we were talking about yesterday. Yesterday, I wrote an article, posted it up on in the comment section, and also in the description of the YouTube art video. And it was just about the summer transitioning into the fall and how the spring builds into the summer. And it's a system of a budget of workouts, a periodization program. It's just a system. I've been doing it for 25 years, but my original name of it was called the Solstice Running Plan. And it basically, if you look at the way the sun rises and sets throughout the year, it's basically a bell curve. And I always had to finish my workouts by 7 o'clock for whatever reason, at work or whatever, get kids to school, things like that. So when the sun came up earlier, my runs were longer. And, calisthenics were more reps. I had more time, and I used daylight as my guide. So in the early spring, late winter, the workouts were fairly short, maybe 30, 45 minutes. And then I would lift later, do something else like that. But, so that progression worked out really well because it was about basically adding probably about 2 minutes a week to or 2 minutes a day to your running. And so it would look like this. We would start our workouts sometimes at 5:15 because it was daylight there, end them at 6:37. But in the winter, we would start them at 5:45, 6 o'clock, and end them at 6:45, 7 o'clock. So you had roughly an hour somewhere in there. Sometimes when you're running more distance, you had more daylight, and you ran more distance during the summers, and you ran less and lifted more in the winter. So that is how it kind of evolved to what it is today, to an actual true system of ideas like cows and cardio in the spring and summer, lifting in the fall and winter. Using block periodization has been a new evolution of the process, where we do 3 weeks of your primary focus, 1 week of your secondary focus, so you don't lose any gains in the summer when you're running more from lifting, or vice versa. When we're lifting, we don't lose any cardio gains from our previous cycle using that block periodization model. So you guys can go check it out. It's over at StuSmithFitness.com. There's a whole section called Seasonal Tactical Fitness Periodization. Explains it all. There's a couple of new articles out there as well. Gives you some of the idea and history behind the evolutionary process that really was born out of necessity. Because when I started this, I was really kind of broken. I was messed up. I had ankle surgery. I had a knee injury. I had a stress fracture in my femur. And I had a lower back injury and a shoulder injury. Roughly about all the same 2 to 3 year gap, all that happened. And that was about somewhere where I was like 28 to 30 years old. And I felt broken, and I felt like I needed to change things because I won't lie, I was kind of stupid in my 20s and just kind of redlining everything. I was running and lifting and swimming and just doing everything, and throw in a stupid weekend of tackle football and rugby, and now I'm nursing other injuries that occurs. It was just a messed up time. So anyway, that's when I came up, out of necessity, I came up with this periodization model. So it not only helps you make sure that you're not ignoring any weaknesses, it really ramps up your strengths to a new level every cycle and then the following cycles help you maintain those strengths that you just gained. So anyway, that's what we call it, seasonal tactical fitness periodization. Just wanted to kind of close that up because I remember there's an old article I wrote called the Solstice Running Plan. You can find it. I think there's a couple of them on military.com. Kind of explains the whole hour each week is like a 10 to 15 minute increase or decrease depending on if you're in the spring or the fall. Then it peaks in the summer. It was a fun way to do it. And for me, it was exactly what I needed. I needed a running break at some point of the year. Otherwise, I was always injured. So there you go. Let's see if we got any questions over here. Looks like, do you think that using a knee compression sleeve for running helps if you have a grade of chondromalacia patella? Basically a cartilage issue in the knee, or is it a psychological thing? Thanks. I don't know, to be honest with you. I know sometimes compression is very helpful for those types of pains, and it may be helpful for you. My advice is, if it doesn't hurt with it on, try to get some running in. Or if you can run without it and then put it on when you're not running, maybe it will help you alleviate pain when you're just walking up and down stairs, things like that. I don't know. My advice is just test it out, see if it works. Otherwise, rest may be your best option. How often do you do the fitness program at Sandy Point? Yeah, Sandy Point State Park. I don't know if you've seen it on our Instagram. A lot of my beach pictures are at this little beach called Sandy Point here in Maryland, right outside of Annapolis. And it's a mile-long beach, and we're there every Friday, 6 a.m. And we're usually running 4 to 8 miles on the beach or rucking. And then we usually swim afterwards when the water's nice, but right now the jellyfish are in there, so it's not fun to swim in there. So we just swim in a pool again. But once the water temperature drops down a little bit, the jellyfish leave, and then we'll start swimming in the bay again, probably by September. Because pretty much July and August are just going to be disgusting with jellyfish and other issues in the open water. Let's see, you guys got any more questions over here? No? Not there? Well, I tell you what, today is our day that we do CSS videos, so why wait for that? Let's do it. All right, so let me share this. You guys should be able to see this. Let's pull up. Where's my videos from this day? Let's see what this one is. I can't remember what this one is, but turn this off. All right, so this is a guy that was sent a video in the other day, and it was elementary side stroke. I don't know if you guys remember that. He was trying to learn the CSS, but really it was elementary side stroke. So this is his attempt number 2 at the CSS. And it does turn into the CSS, but I want to show you everybody this. This is a very common issue, especially with non-swimmers who kick off the wall. You don't want to kick off the wall with your head on the surface and then you just plow the surface like that. Like plowing that right there is a lot of surface tension that is pretty much just swimming with the brakes on. Like you would probably get at least another body length off the wall by just going 6 inches deeper. All right, that's just like, just stop. And then double arm pull's not good. You probably don't need to do that right now. The problem I see here, the good news is you got a top arm, bottom arm, kick, and you got no glide because you have no kick. And there's something wrong with this kick, and I can't really tell other than what it looks like is more body position issues. Like if you notice, your head's by the surface, but your feet are at least a foot, maybe 18 inches deep So you're swimming diagonally here, and that's why you're not gliding and you have no glide. This is a 25-yard pool, so down and back, yeah, you just take out that double arm pull because it's not helping you. Like, you got the looks of a good kick, but I just don't think you're grabbing any water with that front leg. That back leg looks okay sometimes. You see how you don't bend it sometimes? You don't grab enough water? You're definitely angled up. Like, that head is up and your feet are down. So we need to work on some core a little bit. Work on your core to, like, flex a little bit more so your feet can come up, and try not to pop your head up so much. And if you do the math on that, that's like a minute 20, minute 22. That's not good. And I think the biggest thing you need to do right here is fix your kick. And then a lot of things are going to fall into place. Your glide's going to be better. You'll be able to glide longer. Your body position will be better because you're putting in a little more power on that back and front kick. That is what I would do. Work on the kick. So there's an article I wrote called CSS Help, Fix Your Kick. And I'm going to put it in the comment section here because I want you guys to check it out. If you have something similar to this, your kick is jacked up and we need to fix it. Let's see here. I'll pull up another one. I'll put this Fix Your Kick article. All right, so think about attending to learn a proper combat stroke. Well, I wouldn't be coming to Sandy Point to learn combat stroke. Come to our pool sessions, which are 2 o'clock at the Savannah Park Community Center, if you want to learn the CSS. So it's up on the heroesoftomorrow.org webpage, our schedule. All right, let's see. Let's go into another video. I think this is a Finn video, so we'll share this one. Share my screen. All right, here we go. All right, big scissor kicks is what you need, and this is too small of a scissor kick. If you notice, these are baby flutter kicks. But I will tell you this, he starts off, where did I start timing him? I started timing him probably about 5 seconds off the wall. So the good news is he's actually, even though he's doing these little small kicks, like I think his hips are a little weak and we need to open up his hips to be able to move these rocket fins a little better. He's not going slowly. Like this is a 45-second video. Like I said, minus those 5 seconds where I started him. So he's swimming 50-second 50, which is pretty good overall. It's just I don't like these knees bicycling like this. And what he's actually doing is he's pulling more than he's kicking. If you notice, he's kicking, he's pulling, especially on his weak side. Like he goes like 1, 2, 3 little kicks and then he pulls. He's got a lot of strokes in this. Now he's in good shape, so he can handle this kind of cadence. But you could be a lot smoother with a 1, 2, 3 bigger kick, come up to breathe with a stroke, and you'll probably cut your strokes down 50 to 33, 50%, and still be the same pace. All right, let's see what else is next. Let me show another video here. All right, this is loud screen there here. All right, here we go. All right, let's see what we got here. This is a CSS Not bad, but he's still plowing the surface a little bit. Now, I will say this. This is a great error to see for everybody because it's very common on the breathing. You see how his whole head comes up out of the water when he breathes and he's looking backwards? Like, you should be breathing, turning your head to breathe like you would doing a freestyle or crawl stroke, not like this. You're almost breathing like you're doing a side breaststroke. Keep your head in the water, and you should be, half your face should be in the water and your mouth just coming out of the water so you can inhale. And what that'll do in turn, that will help you, one, glide a little bit better because your head will be down, and two, it also help your feet to stay up. When your head's up, your feet tend to drop. So, all right, let's see what else we got. Let me close this one. All right, so this one's an underwater with fins, and the reason why I wanted to show this one is because it shows a strong side, weak side difference between kicking. Now, this gentleman here is doing the lead arm, trail arm stroke. So this is for all you Air Force Special Warfare guys. This is how you do the side stroke. Now, I don't like this side. Though it doesn't look bad from the surface, I can see a lot of weakness here with that top kick, bottom kick combo. Like legs are too far apart. But if you notice it on this side, when he's on his strong side, it looks completely different. So this is a much better kick. Like I like them to be more on their side there you go. Stay on your side when you're kicking. This is a much better kick on the strong side here. You can see it's a little more powerful. Legs aren't as wonky as they were on the weak side. You can see the weak side here. It's just looks awkward. So it's really similar to like if you're right-handed and you try to learn how to throw a baseball left-handed, it's going to look awkward. You got to practice both sides, especially if you're getting ready for 1-2 mile open water swims. You want to be able to put in some time learning both sides because you do need to learn how to kick with that top leg going forward on your weak side and the top leg going forward on your strong side. It's two different kicks, and it is literally like kicking left-handed, left-footed when you're right-footed. So there you go. Let me see if I got another one. I'm just going to show them all right now and see if okay, let me get out of this. Sorry. All right, I think I got one more here maybe. Let's see what this one is. Okay, this one's a good one. I think he just does a little bit too much work than he needs. All right, so let me share this one. Looks like we're ready. Let me open this one up. All right, let's start off from the beginning. Kicks off the wall, super streamlined. You see the difference there between that kick off the wall and the one where the head was plowing the surface? Night and day. Now, you don't need all these dolphin kicks. In fact, I'd just do one. It's unsustainable anyway, most of you guys. That's a great pull out, though. Transitions into the stroke nicely, no loss of momentum. Got a little... Okay, I see what's going on here. Looks like he's doing a breaststroke kick. Looks like it starts off like a scissor kick, though, and then turns into a breaststroke. So it could be a little smoother. Either pick one or the other. Either a scissor kick or a breaststroke kick. Okay, that's a breaststroke kick. Yeah, got it. You're just looked a little weird from the other side. This looks a lot better. Nothing wrong with doing the breaststroke kick. If you like doing the breaststroke kick, you can do it. Now, we'll say nothing really wrong with this except right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't need 5 dolphin kicks off the wall. And you'll notice that it's hard to do it on the way back after you've been underwater that long. You start getting winded, especially after multiple laps of this. And what tends to happen is you kick off the wall and you only do one. Look at that. Now, why is that? Because he's tired. He needs to come up to breathe. So it's when I say it's unsustainable, that's what I mean. It's just going to make you winded. And 9 times out of 10, if you're a non-swimming athlete, your breaststroke and your dolphin kick probably is not that good. So it's not going to make you faster in that setting. So there we go. All right, let's see what else we got here. Can I send you a video for my CSS critique? Yeah, sure. Send it. You can just send a DM. 50 meters is all I need. He's coming out pretty high. Yep. Keeping air in the water. Yep. Good comments. That's how you do it. Let's see. What else we got here? You guys got any more questions? All right. I did see a question earlier, and this was a good one because it was on a video that it was on a video that's on YouTube, long time video. YouTube, let me see if I can find it. It's probably in my trash now. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm going to pull up one more video. It's a video on YouTube. So let me share this one again. Video, YouTube, boom. Make this a little bigger. All right. So as you can see, he's got little baby fins on, which is fine. Sometimes whenever we start swimming with fins, I usually get little easy ones. These are a brand called Sporty. But if you notice the stroke, top arm, bottom arm, kick, 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 top arm, bottom arm, breathe, kick, 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 kick. The thing that you want to do on this, and the question was, do you breathe on the bottom arm or the top arm? And if you notice, what he's doing is he pulls his arm, but he doesn't really turn his head with the top arm. Like if you see this, like his head's still in the water. What I like to do for the timing of the stroke, whether you're with fins or without fins, is when you pull that top arm, you're turning your head with the top arm. Then your face is out of the water now. So when you pull that bottom arm, that's when you inhale. Inhale right there. So what he's doing is he's just kind of pausing it. And he's almost, you can tell him right there, he's turning his head, breathing, and pulling that bottom arm all at the same time. And it just gets a little bit jumbled in the process. So turn with the top arm. Breathe with the bottom arm. You see, it instead of doing 3 things at once, you're doing 2 and 2. Okay, so turn with the top. That's 2 things right there. So his face should be out of the water right now, ready to inhale, but you inhale right here. See, that's the timing of the stroke, with or without fins. And the neat thing about swimming with fins in this stroke is that you just constantly flutter kick, and you just use your arms to breathe when you're doing the CSS. Now, when you're doing that one Air Force one, you got a lead arm, trail arm. You can't even move that top arm, and you don't really move the bottom arm. You can a little bit to rotate a little bit to turn to breathe, but usually it's just your neck is turning to inhale when you do that. All right, so I wanted to answer that one because that was a question I saw. Let's see what else you guys got. Can I send you a video? I already answered that one. Not many questions today. That's all right. With fins, if you're trying to go SEAL, can you still swim with an elementary CSS style swim? Sure. Absolutely. But you're confusing 2 styles. There's no elementary CSS. There's the elementary side stroke, which is completely different. Well, it's similar. Shouldn't say completely different. It's similar to the CSS. If you go on my YouTube channel, in fact, I even have it on the Reels too, you'll see somebody doing CSS with fins and elementary side stroke with fins, and you can compare the two on the differences, what they are. Or maybe it's CSS and lead arm, trail arm, and then I have CSS without fins and side stroke without fins on a side by side. You can compare the two, but they're very similar. Yeah, I have to go early a little bit these days, just due to scheduling stuff that's going on. But once school starts again, I'll probably start back at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m., maybe even 9:30, depending on the day. So just got some scheduling issues going on. All right, let's see. So unfortunately, I have to start early and finish early. So that's all right. I don't see many questions today anyway, so no need to drag this on any further if there are no questions. But I will say this, thanks for sticking around. I do have one question here from the broccoli industry. Have you had any Navy people that got out from the fleet to come back in for Spec Ops? Absolutely. I've run out of time for a package submission and do not want to re-enlist into the fleet. Yeah, understand. I've seen it a couple of different ways. I've seen guys do their enlistment, wind up going to school, finishing school, come back as an officer, go to BUDS. I've seen them come back as enlisted guy, go to BUDS. I've seen them get out of the Navy, do their enlistment, go Army, and become Green Berets. I've seen that dozens of times. In fact, that happens a lot. So, yes, you can do that. Absolutely. Are flip turns allowed on the PST? No, they are not. All right. So if I missed a question, I apologize. You guys check out this little banner swimming by here right now. You can email me, stu@stusmith.com, if I missed a question. But go check out stewsmithfitness.com. You'll see some new articles. Some of those articles about this Solstice Running Plan, which I'll post up there today. If you're interested in that kind of progression and ebb and flow sine wave of your running mileage, it saved my hips and knees, I will tell you. Been doing it for 25 years and it's very helpful. But yeah, use live15 coupon code, save 15% over there at stewsmithfitness.com on programs, books, ebooks, things like that. So, all right, folks. Sorry I need to get out here early, but I appreciate your questions and hope you picked up something with that swim critique. Send me a video if you want me to critique it. Happy to do that for you, either by email or I can do it on live Q&A Tuesday mornings. All right, folks. I guess that's it. I will chat with you later.